Hollywood's most desperate upcoming producer and C-list actress, Blake Lively, is officially done for, as her former human dragon bestie, Taylor Swift, has had it with her using her name to intimidate people and have her way. It is no longer rumor, guys. Taylor is making it clear that she is not anyone's get-out-of-jail-free card. TMZ dropped a bombshell article on this, and let's just say Blake might need to find a new dragon to ride. But that's just the tip of the drama iceberg. We've got to talk about Colleen Hoover's tone-deaf return to social media and her delusional post about this whole mess. Totally makes sense why she befriended Blake. These two are birds of a feather. Oh, and don't even get me started on Ryan Reynolds fake smiling his way through this mess, staging paparazzi shoots, and doing the absolute most to protect his scrambling, nice guy image. This is straight up wild, and the drama is unfolding fast, so grab your popcorn and let's get right into it.
It can't always be that Taylor Swift is being used. She can't always be being used. I'm sorry. It's been like 20 years of her being used, and I don't feel that that is the true story.
So Blake Lively has found herself in the middle of a mess that even her overpriced PR team can't clean up. TMZ just dropped an exclusive, and let's just say the former gossip girl is looking desperate. Apparently, Taylor Swift has finally woken up and realized that Blake was using her like an overpriced designer handbag. For context, just last week, speculations about their strained friendship was all up in the air, as there was all these reports about C-list actress Blake and actual superstar Taylor having issues, but Blake's PR was quick to counter the claims as false. But loves, a lot can change in 7 days, and by a lot, I mean TMZ coming through with a headline that probably made Blake's hair fall off in a way that even her hair care products cannot fix. Just the title alone, Taylor Swift, bad blood with Blake Lively, I am not your dragon. Y'all, not the dragon. Taylor is feeling some type of way about being dragged into Blake's behind-the-scenes beef, and she is more than happy to throw Blake under the bus because, as someone with actual talent, she has everything to lose. Sources claim Taylor believes Blake used her as a pawn in her ongoing war with Justin Baldoni, specifically that she hates how Blake referred to her as one of her dragons. No, seriously, that bit was super cringe. Who even talks like that? Imagine thinking you're Danier's Tagrin when you're really just a glorified shampoo commercial star. Well, now Taylor's out here revealing the entire friendship. And by the way, guys, remember how we later came to find out Blake never read the book It Ends With Us? I'm also beginning to think she never watched Game of Thrones because Kelsey ended up hated, betrayed, and dead. So maybe not the best analogy. Oh, or maybe that's how this whole thing will end. I mean, she's hated already. We also got to hear Taylor's version of what really went down at Blake's penthouse that night. According to Taylor's mouthpiece to TMZ, Taylor came to Blake's apartment at the time that Blake told her to, not knowing anyone else would be there. In other words, Taylor had no idea there was a meeting going on with Justin. For those who might have missed it, Taylor is referring to the critical meeting Baldoni included in his lawsuit against Blake, which happened at Blake and Ryan Reynolds' New York City penthouse with Justin to discuss a scene that Blake had rewritten for It Ends With Us. Justin has said the meeting got super heated and he felt ambushed because Ryan and Taylor showed up. Taylor is now saying that she was ambushed by Blake, who now we can all agree is the ever so strategic social climber. She went over to Blake's place thinking that she was just popping in for some light girl talk, and suddenly she's in the middle of a tense meeting with Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds, and Blake herself. A setup, if you will. But fans are a bit divided on this, you guys. Taylor Swift has been around for far too long to not recognize when someone is trying to leverage her name. At some point, Taylor just has to stop this whole victim mentality that she keeps peddling around. Like in this case, for instance, apparently Blake has been doing this for years. The source says that Taylor is also just learning about this, like the time that she told a young actress that Taylor cast her, which simply did not happen. If it is indeed true that Taylor is done, good for her. Blake had a good run finessing her way into Taylor's squad, got her to godmother her 2 kids, and used her name for clout. But the jig is up. That's not all, guys. Things might get even messier. TMZ is now hinting that Taylor might get subpoenaed over all of this nonsense. TMZ also dropped a podcast. TMZ has been doing the most. Anyways, in that podcast interview, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, is asked about subpoenaing Taylor for a deposition, to which he says that everyone that was there and can help this case is going to be depos. So let's just take a moment to say rest in peace to the Taylor-Blake friendship. It was nice while it lasted, well, for Blake at least, but Taylor has officially packed up and flown away. I can't even begin to imagine Blake's reaction when she read this article. hypocritical. The woman is probably pacing around her Connecticut mansion, throwing back iced lattes and frantically calling Ryan Reynolds like, fix this. By now, we all know he started it. The plot thickens, y'all. More sources have come up with completely different angles to this story. One close to Blake says Blake believes the relationship is not strained, with the two talking regularly. Of course, this has come from Blake. It looks like she's still stuck in denial. Another source apparently revealed that Taylor was pissed about the extent to which she was involved, and specifically she was angry about the dragons remark. But Blake has apologized, they had a good cry, and hugged it out. I told y'all Blake's PR mill is doing the most, but we see through it. Meanwhile, there's this poll floating around asking if Blake betrayed Taylor, and 81% of people are screaming yes, while the other 19%, myself included, are sitting here like, be serious. Taylor Swift is 35, and let's not act like she didn't allegedly have a whole hand in forcing Justin to switch up that scene. Like, let's call a spade, not big spoon. I don't know about y'all, but a lot of people are surprised Taylor is seeing the light this late. Speaking of people who haven't seen the light, guess who just emerged from the shadows of social media like nothing ever happened? Our favorite flip-flopping novelist, Colleen Hoover, who just weeks ago dramatically vanished, deleted her IG, and had everyone thinking she was retiring. Yeah. Well, it turns out that this was just a little attention-seeking moment because she is back, but not where the masses can see her. No. She scurried over to Facebook on her private page where only her hardcore stans can bask in her wisdom. And y'all, she really got on there and said, I promise that I can sleep at night with a peaceful heart. Like, what? Ma'am, you publicly backstabbed Justin Baldoni, who has been your friend for years, hyped up Blake Lively without proof, and in your thirst for Hollywood fame, you twisted your own book into a dumpster fire, and you're sleeping well? Let's rewind real quick. In case anyone forgot, Colleen Hoover and Justin Baldoni were tight. He spent years hyping her up, telling her how much he loved her work, and promising to do It Ends With Us justice. She was totally on board until Blake Lively and her plantation princess energy showed up, waved some Hollywood power around, and took over the entire project. And instead of standing by Justin, Colleen completely switched sides. She went from promoting the movie with Baldoni to doing everything with Blake, acting like Justin wasn't even in the equation. The betrayal was so obvious, people started calling her out left and right. And how did she handle it? By running. She wiped her IG, let the rumors about her retiring spread, and stayed silent while people dragged her name through the mud. And now she's suddenly okay, happy, and at peace. And don't worry, she also reassured her fans that her beloved team still works for her because, in her words, they would fire me before I fired them. Colleen, be serious. And the funniest part is her making this about her mental health and sanity when she made it sound like ditching social media was some kind of self-care move, saying, I don't have social media on my phone anymore, and I promise it's bliss. Girl, you don't have social media because you knew the whole internet was dragging you about supporting Blake and your son allegedly sexually assaulted a person below the age. Let's not act brand new. What's really killing me is the fact that she thinks she's above all the drama when she literally helped create it, turned her back on the one person who actually fought to respect her work, and then disappeared when things got messy, only to pop back up weeks later pretending like none of it happened. I hope none of y'all are believing Colleen's little peaceful heart speech. And if you haven't seen my breakdown yet, you're missing out. I expose how she straight up betrayed Justin Baldoni, tried to swindle him out of the rights to It Ends With Us using a sexual harassment clause, and then acted like she was some innocent bystander when the drama blew up. The receipts are all there, and once you see them, you will never look at her the same way. Do not let her gaslight you, y'all. Go watch this video now and see Colleen Hoover's true colors in 4K. And just when y'all thought that we were done exposing the fakes, buckle up because we're about to talk about Ryan Reynolds' latest PR stunt that flopped harder than Colleen Hoover's attempt at playing the victim. While Colleen was out here deleting Instagram, Ryan was busy running the same tired playbook, except he did it with a staged ass fan meetup. Like, sir, at least put in some effort. So let's set the scene. Last Thursday, Ryan Reynolds conveniently got caught outside of the Paley Center in New York, surrounded by dozens of adoring fans, all holding homemade Deadpool posters. And at first glance, it looks like your standard nice guy moment, Hollywood sweetheart taking a minute out of his busy day to show love to the fans, right? Wrong, because the internet wasted wasted zero time dissecting this moment, and guys, the lies started unraveling immediately. First off, why did every fan have the exact same homemade looking sign? Like, I'm talking the same cardboard, same colorful tape, same overall design, almost like it was all put together by the team of interns at 20th Century Studios. And then someone pointed out the most suspicious part of all. Where were the phones? Y'all, it is 2025. Ain't no way a group of random fans just happened to run into Ryan Reynolds and not a single one of them thought to pull out their phone and record. Not a single blurry IG live, no chaotic TikTok fangirl screaming, "Oh my gosh, I just met Ryan Reynolds." Nothing? Yeah, that's because this wasn't a real fan moment. It was a carefully planned out PR stunt designed to make Ryan look like a humble, beloved superstar while the real drama behind the scenes was spiraling out of control. This is how you know the legal drama is taking a toll on them, because while Ryan was out here pretending to be Mr. Perfect, his actual focus should have been on the fact that Blake and Justin are going at it legally over It Ends With Us. And Ryan knows that, which is why he's doing everything he can to distract y'all from the real tea. Because the moment people started looking too closely at what's really going on between him, Blake, Justin, and the mess that Colleen left behind, this whole nice guy image is going to start looking a whole lot less squeaky clean. And just when you thought the PR games were over, Ryan hit y'all with another one, posting a pic with Blake, acting like they're as solid as ever. This should have been cute, except there's a plot twist. That picture was old. Yeah, while that happy couple pic was giving we're stronger than ever energy, Blake was actually in the Bahamas. So the question is, why is Ryan working this hard to convince y'all that everything's fine? And more importantly, what is he trying to hide? Y'all, this was a lot to unpack, and if there's one thing we've learned, it's that Hollywood will do anything to keep up appearances, even when the truth is crumbling behind the scenes. Do not let these PR stunts fool you. Now, I want to hear from y'all. Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to check out our Colleen Hoover expose. See you there.